That's right. Whoa. That's right. Yeah. Get on in here. Get on in here. Get on in here. How y'all doing? It's another fucking podcast with your boy, your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, Bill. That's me. I am hosting from here on Streams channel with the Drunk Banthas on Nerds at Night on X. It's Thursday night, so it must be the Bantha Punch Show. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing out there? How you been? How you doing? How you been? Huh? It's all for y'all. Applause for y'all, for everybody who's out there subscribing, everybody who's out there showing some love. This is a new channel, but it is not a new thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a new thing. We do this over on the Drunk Banthas channel did this on the Drunk Banthas channel for so long. And we got too big for our own britches. You know what I'm saying? We had to start a new thing. So make sure you like and you subscribe right here at the Drunk Banthas Streams channel. And if you're watching on X, please hit the follow button, man. You know, I know that's something y'all don't do. Y'all too cool for school and shit over there on the X. Why do I call it that? It's Twitter, right? It's called Twitter, right? Yeah, so if y'all are over there, make sure you give us some love, show us some love on the channel. How y'all been? How y'all doing? Let me know. Put it in the chat. Help the channel grow. What was I about to say? It doesn't matter what I was about to say, because we definitely got to get to the sponsors first. Things first, right, ladies and gentlemen? For those who have not ever been here before on this channel, you know, welcome. And this is the Bantha. First of all, this is the Bantha Punch Show, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. And also, we may get drunk while we do it. It's never mandatory, but it's always encouraged. I, again, am your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, Bill, and we're going to be getting it in today, talking about it. Welcome to Derry. Welcome to Derry. What is up? You know what I'm saying? Make sure everybody is out here doing like the Simulation Presents is doing. What up? The Simulation Presents is out here doing good work. Y'all go over there. Make sure you subscribe and follow on X. But do what they just did and hit the repost button. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it going. Let's show some love. But before we move on, like I said, we were going to talk about it. Welcome to Derry. And we're going to talk about also a little secret subject. I was able to go with Alex to go see The Rock's newest movie at like a premiere Q&A. The movie's called The Smashing Machine. And it's about this UFC pioneer named Mark Kerr. And we'll talk about it a lot later going on here. And we're going to sneak that on in our schedule today. But like I said, we got to pay some bills. So let's get it going.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Have you ever watched a movie from your childhood and thought it doesn't quite hold up like you remember? Well, then you would enjoy our bi-weekly series, Does It Hold Up?, where we revisit classic genre films with a special guest to help us determine if it is as good or as bad as we remember. It's a whole lot of fun, so you should check it out.
Please check out the Drunk Banthas channel. They clearly are ready for being seen at a higher level.
Back to the show.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you go down there and do what FD Signifier just did. He just told you, man, go check us out because we can make your life better. Drunk Banthas is known to cure cancer. I don't know if you guys know that. It's also known to extend life. It's also known to cause erections and maintain erections. It's also known to inform you. It's been known to inform you on things that are going on in the world. So make sure you go over there and like and subscribe on the Drunk Banthas stream channel and on the Drunk Banthas channel and on the Nerds at Night channel, because on the Nerds at Night channel, we have lots of new stuff for you over there. We got the Whiskey and a Mystery. Excuse me. We've got the Only Murders in the Building breakdowns over there. We've got the Scream breakdowns. We've got we've just got mystery movie breakdowns over there in general with your boy Blake Money Mayweather. He's over there doing it. Blake Money Mayweather. Blake over there killing it. So, check out the new show, Whiskey and a Mystery, as well. Yeah. So yeah, make sure y'all go ahead and pull up on me. If y'all are just fucking with the Drunk Banthas on, and you're like, man, fuck Nerds at Night. Well, first of all, that's weird. Let's just stop with the aggression. Second of all, we are on there. You can check out videos, Whiskey and a Mystery. You can check out Does It Hold Ups and all types of interviews. That's a part of us too. So make sure y'all go over there. Right here, Nerds at Night. Check us out. Yeah, I guess enough of that. How y'all doing? Put it in the chat. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Derry. See, let's just talk about that, because that's the first thing I really wanted to talk about. Is the fact that I keep calling it Derry. Can we talk about that a little bit? I apologize. I'm probably gonna keep doing it, because, to be honest with you, I get high, Joe Rogan. I get high. And if you don't get that, you should do more. Well, you should watch more television. That's what I was going to say. If you don't get that, you should watch more television. Yeah, so based on anyway, I have to say, I told y'all last week I was feeling this new show, It, and I told y'all that I was not really knowing how I was going to feel going forward with it, right? But I knew that I liked the first episode. And I was really worried because they did something you're not prepared for, right? You're never really prepared for them to just kill all of the people who are the main characters who were involved, basically, right? And they basically they didn't kill all of them, but damn near everybody they introduced you to as a character, they end up getting rid of them. What do I mean by getting rid of them? Well, you know what I mean. It's a horror movie, baby. It's a horror TV show. And I feel like this is a new thing, right? When did we start getting horror TV shows like we have what do you call it? What's the name of that show? American Horror Story. Yeah, we got American Horror Story. But that's one show. Now we got these like genres of it happening, and it's like horror movies being adapted into television shows. And I mean, do y'all consider Alien a horror movie? I think it's a horror movie. I don't know if y'all do or not. If y'all do or not. Shout out to the fifth Bantha. He says, "What up, fam? What it do, dog? What it do? Do y'all like the real ones is in the building right now? Do y'all like the chat up like that? Or do y'all like the chat like that? Let me know. Like that or like that or like that. That's 3. So 1, 2, 3. Put in the chat if you give a shit. So yeah, like this new phenomenon of, well, what seems like could be a phenomenon of horror movies being made into television shows, doing these like prequels or deep dives, like to try to get you to understand like where these people were coming from, like where these villains, or get you to have a deeper connection to these villains. It's very interesting. Interesting is what I said. Interesting.
Use of well, let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen. Acetaminophen. Is that okay?
I'm gonna get it together. I promise. It's Thursday. I just got paid, so I don't know how y'all shit work. You know what I'm talking about? My shit just came in, so I'm hyped, and I'm maybe a little excited and stutter and mispronounce shit. But like, I don't know how this is gonna continue. I don't know if this is gonna continue, but I'm liking where we're going as far as shows movies being adapted into television shows, especially if it stays like on premium television type situation where we're constantly getting this information, getting this content. Hold on. Oh, I did something. I'm trying to do something. I hope we're gonna keep this kind of content up, like more movies more horror movies being adapted, more of them being made into movies, and hopefully like see like some, like we've got Crystal Lake that's coming out soon. If you feel like 2 examples isn't enough, Crystal Lake is coming out soon, which is like the prequel behind Friday the 13th or some shit like that, I think. Shout out to our boy Nick Corleone. He's gonna be in that. So y'all make sure y'all set the reminder for Crystal Lake. We're putting on a whole cape for Crystal Lake. So make sure y'all check that out too. But yeah, like these, which one would y'all like to see? What's the next one y'all want to see coming up? Because I'm not mad at this new genre of TV from movies, horror TV from horror movies. Simulation Presents said, I like the chat long and vertical. So that would mean this one, I believe. This one only works with just me on, I think. I think this one only works because if somebody was sitting next to me, it'd just be all up in your chest. Hi. Yeah, it would be all up in your chest. Fifth said, saw all but 7 minutes of Pluribus and Apple cut off, but it seems interesting. Well, I hope Apple gets their shit together, but I haven't watched Pluribus yet. But I'm glad that you mentioned it because we will be talking about it on Monday on the Drunk Banthas podcast right here where you are watching. So wherever you're watching us from right now, make sure you hit like and subscribe and or follow or repost or just stalk us on Instagram or whatever. And just make sure you're here for that on Monday. Pluribus breakdowns and review and also theories as to what's going to happen next. And that's pretty much what we're going to do here tonight. We're going to more so talk about what's going to happen next, more than we're going to have conversation about like the whole breakdown, every single thing that happened. type of situation. If you want something like that, you should probably go over to Heavy Spoilers or like Screen Crush, something like that. Think Story. Well, no, Think Story. All these guys. So go check them out. Emergency Awesome is also pretty good. But right now, what we're about to do, we're about to talk about this show a little bit. Simulation Theory says, welcome to Derry is hitting on a level unlike other attempts at going from the big screen to TV. Fifth Banthas says, yeah, it is really a step up from what I was expecting. Some kind of severe error with Apple. Weird. Oh, yeah, we're continuing that conversation from earlier. Okay, so there's supposed to be a way for me to like y'all's comments. It's not letting me do it. So, but hopefully that feature comes through soon and I'll be able to like y'all's comments. Smiley faces, emojis. It's so cute. It's so cute. The show has also blown my expectations out of the water. Simulation Theory. And for those who don't know, that is Film Age, but it is Simulation. I mean, Simulation Presents. I keep saying Simulation Theory. The Simulation Presents. The Simulation Presents. The Simulation Presents. The Simulation Presents. I agree. This is blown my expectations out of the water, and I feel very much so excited about where we're going, and as well, like you said, feel excited about where this genre can go for going forward. But let me tell you, I know for a fact that this has already got another season. Well, you know what? I said a fact. I don't know. It might not be a fact. It's a fact. God damn it. I know they got renewed for more seasons. Like they're not just doing this one season, if I'm not mistaken. So I cannot wait. I mean, like, cannot wait to see where they're going forward so that we can figure out, like, we can talk and speculate about where we're going in the next season. It seems like they're going to do so, for those who don't know, Pennywise, the clown, that character, that I was about to say that motherfucker, but you know what? I'm trying to do a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? We got to get monetized. So, the clown, Pennywise, it eats in cycles. So it goes into like hibernation, if you will, every 25 years or some shit like that. I think it's like every 25 years, I think. But anyway, when you are a kid in Derry, it's troublesome when every 25 years, but it's like almost like in that time where he's like dormant, or when he's not feeding, he's still like manipulating the children and the adults, like to the degree in which this city, this town is always aggressive and sad and like abrasive and angry and suspicious. They're just like super, like, I don't want to say superstitious because that's putting more on it than probably deserves. But man, people just like it's a negative place to be. And so last episode, they killed the ending by like having the little girl, which I'm sorry, I forgot her name, but the little white girl who survived in the first episode, they did a good job of carrying over her psychological damage into the next episode and like just starting right out. We're just going to go right into it. It's been some time that has passed, but they address it immediately. She is not okay, and nor does she give a shit about the things that are going on out there amongst the childish world of middle school, high school, whatever they are. I don't know what they are. Are they in middle school or are they in high school? I don't know. I don't know. But well, she tells her little, these are kids. I gotta not be rude. She tells her little friend who is like real mean, but still wants to be cool, but she's a nerd. she, what is her name, man? Hold on. We're gonna have to get names. Because if I don't have names, then I'm just gonna be saying she and the girl did and what the girl has said and shit. And y'all ain't come here for that. So yeah, where's the cast here? So Marge or Margie, if you will, she is the kid who wears the glasses. She's always trying to like be cool. But the other little girl, what's her name is? Damn, they don't have her on here. What's this little girl name? I'm gonna go to IMDb. They gonna help me. Yeah, Lily Brainbridge. Lily Brainbridge. Doesn't sound like she's gonna die or have anything terrible happen around her. So Lily and Marge are like having a conversation, and Lily just ain't trying to hear nothing that Marge is talking about. Like, that's just off rip. Bitch, I'm not trying to hear nothing you are saying. None of that matters. You worried about playing patty cake with stupid bitches who don't like you. And I'm worried about trying to, maybe mourn our friends who died, our classmates who suffered brutal murders, gruesome acts, horrible deaths. That is what we should be worried about. But old Marge, she don't see it that way. She don't even be worried about it. Seemed like it's kind of weird. It's like this girl is supposed to be her friend, but it's like almost like she don't even give a shit about her. Oh, hey, hold on a second. Got us somebody on the. Oh, hey, what is happening? It's Mr. T, producer Teeny Wise. What's happening, dude?
I really wish I could do that thing that Skarsgård can do, how he separates his fucking eyes. That would have been the perfect time. I was real hesitant because, fucking Tim Curry, he killed it. But when Alex Skarsgård could be like, look what I can do with my eyes and do that, I was like, that's tight. That's funny. I like that.
Makeup's gotten better too. Prosthetics and makeup have gotten better too. But Skarsgård is a pretty weird looking dude.
I'm just saying he naturally can do that with his eyes, just make them float in the fucking. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's a cool, unique thing that only someone who could do that could bring to the character.
He's a Skarsgård.
Let's bring back the practical effects. That was tight.
Practical is practical. Like, practical should seem practical to just want to do that. Like, I'm trying to get as much as that as I can and then use as little CGI as I can. I mean, it's even cheaper. I don't even understand.
I feel like it could be cheaper now. I feel like a lot of that stuff's way cheaper now because we know how to do. Because there's been so many others before us in the effects department who've had to do it on the cheap, to where you know how to do lots of different effects, ripping people's arms off, making blood splatter, just crazy stuff people had to do in the old days that you can now do for cheap.
They can do it for cheaper. They know they can do it for cheaper. They've always been able to do it for cheaper. They just don't care. They just don't feel like that's the right thing to do, because what if it doesn't work? It's like, we know this works. What if that doesn't work? No, don't do that. And like, I was listening to Seth Rogen talk about it one time. He was like, I try in every movie to get them to use nothing but practical effects, but they're always like, no. He's like, any practical effects we've ever used in a movie, it's because I fought tooth and nail to get it done, and they just want you to use CGI.
Which is crazy because we know people
Oh,
on
shit.
both ends of the spectrum that we talk to, you know, a VFX advisor along with all the prop department people we've interviewed. So it's like we understand both sides of it, but I just prefer practical. Like because we've seen some amazing things done with Shogun. Like we saw something, we saw them turn fucking Canada into feudal Japan with their VFX effects, right?
Yeah, there's some amazing things that can be done, easily be done. They
Let's
just
get into it. Are you talking about that little girl that I hate? That little bitch one?
Well, which one is the one that you hate?
The one who's pretending to be old girl's friend, but she's hanging out with the patty cakes all the time.
Yes.
You know who she reminds me of?
Bake hers, man.
Did you watch It's Told by Ginger? As Told by Ginger?
Nigga, no.
All right. Did you watch Proud Family? Not the new one, the old one.
No, yeah, like the cartoon.
Yeah.
Way back.
Penny Proud.
Somebody told me I sound like I should be a voice actor for Proud Family. She was white, and I didn't know how to take it because in one hand she's telling me I sound talented. At the other hand, she's like, "Yeah, you sound like a nigga on TV." But yeah, I used to watch Proud Family.
Dejanay
on Proud Family. Okay.
All right, a friend who's actually a secret hater.
Of this show? Hopefully.
No, just like a friend who is a secret hater. Like they pretend to be, but you're like, you are a hater. You're like my biggest enemy, even though you pretend to be my friend. And Dejanay is that. And As Told by Ginger, if you watch that one, Ginger's two best friends, like when you go back to it, you're like, God damn, they were her biggest fucking haters. And with this girl in the show, I was like, yeah, she's one of them hating ass friends.
She is. And then it's funny, she's a hating ass friend trying to hang out with hating ass girls who hate her. And well, at least one of them hates her because
one of them definitely hates her.
Yeah, she's like, hold on, bitch, you a little too funny. I'm gonna need you to come on.
You're doing too much. No. Like your pecking order's not the super funny person. Okay, you need to stop.
So yeah, I see this. I see that character, Marge. I see her becoming. Obviously, she's not really meshing with these girls, and I see her breaking off. I see her breaking off from it in some kind of way
and getting
and coming back to the fray. She might die though. Yes, wasn't the big girl who died in Stranger Things, like the first season? What her name, Marge, or was her name? What was her name?
The babysitter girl? Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
the girl with the glasses.
No, they didn't even try to save her ass.
She died in the swimming pool. It was too late. They got to her, but it was too late. She was already gone. But I was like, man, it took y'all 6 episodes to figure out what's going on. No wonder she died.
Like find her, or kind of like I feel like they weren't even trying to remember her ass.
Well, she wasn't as quick with it though, because Will was quick with it. You know, he got hit and he got down. He got quick.
Yeah, he was trying to get out of there. She was not trying to get up out of there.
She was too slow. She was moving too slow. But yeah,
what the main patty cake girl told her when she was starting to get a little too slick for her, she was like,
"Didn't you wear that sweater?
Didn't you wear that sweater yesterday?"
Oh, shit. I can't remember what sitcom it is, or what it is. Somebody said that in a movie or a sitcom. And he's like, "Oh, it's Curb Your Enthusiasm." Curb Your Enthusiasm. Somebody tells Larry, like, "Didn't you wear that sweater yesterday?" And he's like, "What the fuck did you just say to me?" And that's what that little girl should have said. Like,
it is what she should have said, but I hate her, so I'm glad she got clowned.
She needed to get clowned because, like I was saying, the first episode, she definitely was giving off like, I'm a hater vibes. Like, bitch, act right while you go over here with me. Like, don't be acting crazy. Like, bitch, I am crazy. The fuck? I watched my daddy get grinded up in a pickle
Like,
jar fucking
bitch, my
machine.
daddy, like not. Did she watch the whole thing? Because
Yeah, she said that when they went, I'm pretty sure she, yeah. Because at first I was thinking, oh, so at least she wasn't. When she was telling the story, I was thinking, whoa, well, it sounds like she wasn't there. So at least she wasn't there. And then she's like, and then she could hear the screams. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. I was like, wait, this little girl was there.
Not only was she there, her daddy, and it's not sure if I don't even know if this is a lie or not, but they're like, her daddy body parts got shipped all over the city.
Yeah, I think.
And even if it's not a lie or not, somebody probably did start that rumor and like it spread, and now that little girl has to hear, yeah, I found her daddy fingers in my pickles, and she's like, you did what? No, not my daddy. Like, that's fucked up.
What's really sad is that was probably an adult that started the rumor.
You know it was adults. You know it was
an adult who started the rumor for sure. I'm not gonna go with this angle. We lose your name in the chat there. The chat is getting too crazy.
Make sure that's in frame. Yeah, boy, look at that. Riley.
Regular. Yeah, that's sorry guys, you're wrong. All of this doesn't work unless it's just me here. So well, thank you for y'all's input. Simulation present.
So who's your if we're gonna say who's a terrible character, who's like your favorite one so far?
Well, my favorite character is going to be it's between the two niggas. What's his name?
Hanlon and
Leroy.
Hanlon. I hate how both their last names are too similar.
It's way too similar, right?
Way too similar.
Is Halloran
and Hanlon.
Hanlon.
Like way too similar. Come on, King.
Well,
come on, King.
Stephen King don't know nothing about nobody. You can't keep calling him King because we're not gonna celebrate this nigga like that. You can't.
I remember as a small child, and I always wanted to ask him this if I ever got a chance to meet him. When he got hit by that van,
Remember that time you got hit by a van?
In my little ass town's bookstore. It was a Walden Books, not a book. No. Yeah, I think it was a Walden Books, or maybe it was a Books A Million, which was the smaller one. It was the smaller one out of the two. Yeah, and they had like a get well card, and I was like 12 or some shit. And I remember like, sorry, I wrote somebody got hit by the van. Write a story about it, and they sent it to him. So I was like, did he ever get that card?
Hold on, I'm trying to see. Hold on, who is this character? Now I'm looking at the cast, and I'm just like, wait a minute, where are you from? Wait a minute, where are you from? Wait a minute, where are you from? Okay, no, that's not what I thought that girl was in. Oh, she's in Bad Girls. Terrible. All right.
Well, that's creepy. Have you Googled Welcome to Derry?
Yeah. Well, what about I Googled Welcome to Derry cast.
No, Google the words Welcome to Derry.
Comes up.
When you that's cool. I have to admit, I like that. Everyone right now, if you're watching this show or whenever, Google Welcome to Derry and see.
Don't leave.
Cute.
Just stay here.
Open up a new window.
Google
like I did.
Or like picture your screen, or like just kind of slide down. But don't leave us. Stay here with me. Please.
Halloran is a good character.
Yeah, he's got.
Yeah, I guess this would be his younger self, huh?
Yeah, this for those who are not aware, this is the guy from The Shining, the old black guy from The Shining, who had the shine. This is the guy.
One of the people who have the shine.
Say that again.
One of the people who have the shine.
Right. No. There's a lot of people from what I've been doing research on throughout the Stephen King universe that have the shine. Well, I just say universe because it's all in the same universe. So I wouldn't say it's a multiverse.
Nope, it's multiverse. And you know
Well,
why
there's
I now
one
say it?
time there's a yeah,
'Cause
the Tower series makes it, I guess, makes it a multiverse. The Stand. I mean, the Tower
Stand
is
makes
like,
it a multiverse if you think about it, because
I mean, the Tower
everybody in the
makes it
Stand dies.
the Tower makes it a multiverse because they literally go to
Because he
different,
tells you like each universe is connected from
Yeah,
the Tower,
from
so
the
it's a
Tower.
multiverse.
Right.
But without that, you would have to realize that the Stand has to take place in a different type of universe where they have some similar characters, but in the Stand, everybody fucking dies. It's the end of the world in the
Spoiler
Stand. So
alert.
that's what makes them multiverses.
We got some little chats here. Halloran is my favorite. I've always wanted to see him younger and use his shine. He could have a whole fucking movie, actually. If he has the shine, there's a book or not, there should be a whole movie about him.
And it's crazy because not only is he, we're seeing him younger use the shine, he's not hiding it. He's hired by the fucking military, and the military in their world knows about this shit. And be like, this nigga got these special powers, so we got to use them.
My question is, was he hired or is he like recruited? Is he like, you know what I mean? Like, did he join the military and just start being impressive, or did he get sought out by the military because
right, exactly. Like that'd be even cooler because it's like now you get to like what like that's just makes their universe cooler because it's like instead of hiding his powers, like, oh, they know. So if they know, they probably behind it or got something to go on with it.
Well, behind what?
The shine power, or maybe maybe he could be like a genetically enhanced baby or some shit that they did a long time ago.
Well, I think he would just be more likely that he's they're aware of it through things that have happened.
But I just like universes where the government doesn't act stupid about paranormal powers.
For where I have come from, well, that's Stranger Things, right? Like they like.
I feel like it just makes the story kind of drag a little bit when they have the government and the government got to be like, oh, you got to convince us of this shit. No, just cut to the point. Y'all know this shit real. Yeah. Let's go. Keep it rolling.
Well, yeah, you're talking about the 1990s trope of we're going to do sci-fi shit, but nobody knows what
we're talking dumb about it. So, yeah, I hate that.
Because people were dumb about it at the time. You play to your audience, right? And our audiences today are a little bit smarter than
because we were raised with all the crazy sci-fi stuff all the time, and be like, look, if any weird thing that started happening right now, and I'm in the government, I already know what's going down. Like, I don't have to play dumb. I've seen the movies.
Let me ask you, since you weren't here when I was asking these people who are watching, make sure y'all are subscribing and hitting the like button. This is like a new thing, really, like a phenomenon where we're just seeing like iconic horror movies being made into television series. And like we've had Alien series this year, we've got this series, we've got Crystal Lake coming next year, at the beginning of next year. There's probably another one coming that I don't fucking know. Oh, that Frankenstein is, but I guess that's
isn't there an Elm Street one, or am I just making that up for sure?
That's the Crystal Lake one.
No, that's Jason though. I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Is there an Elm Street one for Friday? For Freddy?
Who? Like I said, it could be one that I'm missing. I know Frankenstein's coming out. I don't know if people consider that a horror movie anymore. There was all kind of Frankenstein.
I am worried about Guillermo del Toro and how he keeps like making monster movies and being like, but what if you wanted to fuck the monster?
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Come on, tell me I'm wrong. Because it started with what was the one with the water monster?
Oh,
that was supposed to be Creature in the Black Lagoon. A Shape of Water, or
Shape of Water.
Like,
shape
come
of
on, that was
water.
Creature in the
There was
Black
a one that
Lagoon,
was worse than that. It was the
and
one
he
where
was just
Adrian
like,
Brody, where they created an entity and then it ended up changing and it vaped both of them, changed it to
Splice.
Splice. That was terrible. I mean, it was a good movie until the last 25 minutes, and I was like,
It turned into
yeah.
a dude and got her pregnant. And
Then he turned into a woman. Like, nah, man.
but
That
okay,
shit
so
was
there, and
crazy.
then like
But
this new
anyway,
one, because I just saw the stills of what Frankenstein looked like, and I'm just like, why did he make Frankenstein hot?
gotta get this budget through, man. Gotta get this
Like,
budget. Or maybe
this is
he like
not
it. Maybe it's a
Frankenstein
Joel
I imagined.
maybe it's a Joel Schumacher type of thing. Who knows? Fifth Bantha is confirming, there is a Freddy
Yeah,
one.
see,
I
I was like,
forgot
where's
the
the
name,
one?
he says. I was gonna look it up, but I don't
The
feel like
simulation presents
But-
said The Shop. What is The Shop? I'm not like that familiar in the Stephen King universe. I have been watching a shit ton of YouTube
It
videos.
says simulation theory says, I hope they call this government branch the shop. I've been hoping they'd come in, and it's looking like it. They were the ones who were in Dreamcatcher, if I'm not mistaken. Please make me correct me, which goes to your point about governments being aware in the movie. Aware of the crisis, not like trying to figure out what's going on, not trying to catch up, but they're like aware and trying to stop it. Even if they're not able to stop it, like at least they're not just sitting around like, what do we do? Oh my God, I don't know. This is out of nowhere.
Now,
Let's
here's
shoot
one
it.
thing
Like,
I want to know. If
But no,
it's
wait. My
connected.
question was, what
Oh.
would you like to see adapted into a television show from the movie, like a horror movie that you would like to see continued in some way, like brought through the silver screen, not from the silver screen to the television too?
Off top, I'd really have to think about this answers on more, but the first thing that keeps coming to my head is Jeepers Creepers. I think Jeepers Creepers could make a good show.
Jeepers
I think
Creepers
just
is
because the creature itself is like so old and does the same thing like Pennywise of like going to sleep and waking up. So it's just like you could do so much with this creature. You can have him fight so many different people throughout time. Because we don't really know how old the creeper is.
wow. Yeah, you could go back to fucking 1800s for all we know. Who fucking knows?
1600s, you know, Native Americans could be fighting this motherfucker. Who cares? He could be because like isn't he like an Aztec demon? They said like in his lore, they're like he's like some kind of Aztec.
I never got into
God
enough
monster,
Creepers.
dude.
I watched the first one and the second one.
Oh,
And I was like
watched
really
all four of them.
disappointed about how silly the second one went. So I never watched any other
If
one.
you watch the third one, it makes the second one make more sense.
It just was so silly. Shout out to old dude who was in there. What's that Asian dude's name? Well, half Asian dude, whatever. He was in Waiting.
Because they like backdate it to where they make the second one happen before the first one. Like technically the second one is a prequel. It's like the day before
The first one.
Justin Long and them run into the creeper. Because you know they said he
Yeah.
had been feeding for a while, so this is like the second one. Turns out that this is the day when he
Isn't it the second one? He was throwing them into. He was throwing dude into a well. Wasn't he throwing dude into his like lair when they were driving by? That's the second one.
No, it was a well. It was a well looking thing.
Okay, and it was,
and that's how the second one ended. Because you know the first one starts with them looking at that dude, being like, "Why is he throwing something into a well?" And then they turn back. I've been like, "Oh man, he dumped something into that well. Better keep on going. None of my business."
So
in the movie, roll credits.
You would do
Jeepers Creepers. He ain't
as
getting
long as they bring that
nothing.
black lady back to be in the TV show too.
I want her to sing the song too.
She came in there in the hospital. She came into the police station or the hospital? I can't remember, but she came in. She was like, "Y'all got to leave." I was like, "Lord have mercy." They went and found a mammy. They is some goddamn Hollywood is crazy. So you would do Jeepers Creepers. I would do because I always felt like Rosemary's Baby ripped us off. At the end, it just ends. You just have Satan's baby, and then that's the end of the movie. It's like,
I remember being so viscerally mad at that film, being an 8-year-old and not getting to see the fucking baby.
I'm like,
no, so mad. Cause my dad and like my aunt were watching it. Like, this movie's so good and so scary. You're gonna love it. You love horror. You're gonna love it. And at the end, I was like, they didn't show the fucking baby, yo. I wanted to see the demon baby. Like,
I was pissed. A girl that I dated at the time, like showed me when I was just like, man, you mean to tell me this is like a highly sought after horror film that people celebrate? And this girl was like huge horror fan. And I'm just like, for real? Really? This is what we doing right now? But like the movie is fire all the way until that point. Like dead ass.
No payoff.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. It really is fire until you get to that point. If you have never seen Rosemary's Baby, I personally feel like Rosemary's Baby. I mean, what's it called? Hereditary. I feel like that's kind of a ripoff from Rosemary's Baby with a better ending. It's like I
guess it's kind of like the same trope of like somebody spawning a demon child.
Right, but at the end, like it's basically Rosemary's Baby until the end. Like it's like if Rosemary's Baby happened one way and then they kind of told it from a different point of view, but the ending was like what should have happened at the end.
I mean, for me, it's like just how different demons are born into the world. I mean, because Rosemary was the Antichrist, and this one was Pazuzu.
Yeah, no, it was just how
Pazuzu comes in with more flash.
It's just how things were happening. Well, it's 45 years, 50 years between 60 years in between each other. So there is that difference that what you can show and what you can't talk about. And
also Ari Aster's crazy as fuck,
which is why I think we need another one, right? We need that one made into a TV show. We need it now because we can then see the fucking baby. I just want to see the baby. We do a continuation. I
feel like that a Rosemary's TV show could also be The Omen.
Nah, that's dead. Like we don't need no more Omen nothing for another 28 years at least. I need a break from the Omen. Ever since we was in elementary school, they've been doing an Omen. We need to can we chill on the Omen? It's got to be another little baby boy out here, little demon boy out here, little white boy out here being a demon somewhere in the world. It got to be another story we can tell about a little white boy. You ever notice ain't no black kids in none of these exorcism? You ever know that? No exorcism movie. You don't ever hear no exorcism story. Julius Thomas Julius Thomas and his family had him exorcised. He was possessed by a demon, and his father Jerome called the priest and had the demon removed from his body. You ain't never gonna hear about that shit.
I feel like I could find the story, but it's not public. It's not. They don't get publicized.
You gonna have to go into the streets, literally go hit foot to pavement, go into people's houses, go into Catholic black people's houses looking for that one person. If you find him, he's still gonna be in the back locked up because they ain't gonna let nobody know that nigga has got the possession in him. They gonna hide him in the back. No, I just never heard it. Never heard it. I know some Catholics that's black. Never heard it. It might be out there, but yeah, I'm a Rosemary's Baby not because it had a great ending, but because now we can finally get some now we can finally continue the good part. Like let's make the movie good again, because it was good right up until the last 15, 20 minutes of the movie. Simulation presents.
Was that no the prequel? That wasn't Rosemary's Baby. That was an Omen movie, I believe, about the lady.
Talking about what he's saying.
Yeah, the second one.
Let's see here. The simulation says it's like the organization behind the virus. He was saying yes, they are in Dreamcatcher.
And so, see, that's another point of them like having multiverses, but where they kind of have a lot of the characters or organizations and plots stay the same, but you just know that the stand just ends. So I was like, well, that's definitely a different universe where shit just ends badly for them. But you know, that organization,
that one, it could be Dreamcatcher and Derry could be related. And see that like actually in the same universe as well.
The thing is, most of the same thing happens in different universes.
That's what I was trying to get to, is like figuring out what's going to happen within this universe, within this story, and like how they're going to connect certain things, where they're going to decide to go with it story wise. I think that this story, this book, this universe is the same as the Dreamcatcher universe. Like, and yeah, it's different, but it's the same. I get it. But Dreamcatcher universe is a little bit further ahead than the end of the It book series, right? Like it's a little further ahead. So it could still actually be the same universe, but we just speed up. And Mr. Gray, which is Pennywise, the spirit that is Pennywise, the entity that is him, that's what he calls himself, Mr. Gray. Like that's the name of the Dreamcatcher villain. So I'm not saying it is him. The Dreamcatcher villain is an alien though, right? So is Pennywise. I'm just saying maybe these things are connected. I want to get to Simulation Presents because he's blowing it up right now. He's very serious guy, very serious, knows a lot.
Yeah, like all the universes. I mean, everything in Stephen King is connected. It's just trying to figure out what universe is what, and then a lot of the universes have the exact same thing happen in them.
At the Simulation Presents,
Universe A Terry is wearing the Goku thing, and Universe B Terry, you know what he's wearing right now? He's wearing the Goku thing. It's like there's not a lot of variations in the universe, except for maybe people dying a couple times.
Simulation Presents says, I want a connecting run of King films where it has a start and then end with the stand, excuse me, and launching the Dark Tower franchise. I think this might be what you're getting out of this, because there seems to be more referencing, even as early as the first 2 episodes, towards the other universes or at least that there may be other universes, starting with the chapter 1.
And doesn't Stephen King exist in one of his universes?
Because the chapter 1 and 2 movies dive more into the lore than like the first TV movie. So I'm thinking this is kind of their way of trying to spread out those books into multiple projects, because there's no way you could do all of it in one movie, or even 3 movies or 4 movies, and do it justice, right? Like you got to do these, which is why they're not in one book, right? It's all kinds of series, so it wouldn't make sense to just do it in one.
And you also got to remember, all his books that he read before the 90s, he was a cokehead who didn't know any of this shit was going to connect.
Well, I don't know if he didn't know any of it was going to connect, because he definitely uses a lot of references in each book referencing each other.
On that powder.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying he wasn't on the drugs.
I'm just saying. So, like that's
I'm not-
to like
it's not
protect
like
him from
John Hughes.
criticisms about things not making sense in the universe. I'm like, why does it do that? Why does it do that? Well, you got to remember he was doing a bunch of coke back then, and we didn't have things like as the multiverse yet.
From the
So you got to
research
give
that
him
I've
credit
done-
for like putting it together very well.
From the research that I've done, there is a contradiction to what those people feel, because these people have connected every damn dot that there is to connect.
I feel like he's doing a good job for somebody that was on that booger sugar, is what I'm saying.
No, to me, that's, I mean, not to me, but like apparently that is how you do it. If you want to get it out in a short period of time, that's how you fucking do it, because John Hughes
was
did
doing it. Like
John Hughes made like 10 movies in one night. He's like, no, in all seriousness, he said he made 5 movies in 1 week. He just kept doing blow and just might even made it in one night. Nigga was doing mad blow. And simulation theory, simulation, you can't be doing all this theory and theorizing and then try to read all this shit. The Simulation Present says Rosemary's Baby sucks. He says horribly acted. What's Your Name reminded me of Shelley Duvall's from The Shining. Yeah, that's
R.I.P.
R.I.P. That's why it's good. I want the Omen series from child, teen to adult. In the last season, as an adult, him just corrupting everything and bringing down the world.
I mean, because that's what the 3 movies are. That's what the 3 movies do. It would be because the first movie was child, the second one was he was a teenager thing, and then the third one he was an adult. So basically, just taking those
just
3
do
movies
the whole movie again in a TV.
In a TV
I
series.
mean, I'm like, if there's nothing else to be told, then I'm good. I want something that I can tell more of and then expand upon it and possibly make the best.
I got one. I got a good one. That'll work. That could work. Oh, that could work in any kind of. That could work with the monsters, and I say monsters being either good guys some of the time and the bad guys some of the time, and like a bit of both. You could go either way with it. In fact, I hope you do both sometimes, depending on who you're tormenting. But Puppet Master,
you'll get caught up in the Puppet Master. That's a good one. If you don't want to use Rosemary's Baby,
they made like 50 of those.
Use The Devil's Rejects. You could do The Devil's Rejects TV series, prequel, and we're doing some nasty shit right there, brother.
I will agree with you on that because I guess it was Devil's Rejects. That was the second movie, right? Because I liked it. I liked the idea of the family that they had with all the weird creature people, like especially that really big scary dude. Like I want to see more about the family, because you only get to see the first, baby and the other 2 dudes, and Captain Spaulding and her brother. But like they had a whole family of killers with them, so I was like, I kind of want to see what the other family was up to.
An entire family. Is crazy. Entire family. But craziest part of this episode, you tell me how you feel different or if you have a different moment. But the little black girl being born out of her mama's bed womb.
The demon giant. They are very explicit in the show and showing horrific things out, like the first couple things they show it doing, trying to spook fear into you, and I'm like, this isn't really that scary unless like you're a child or something. But that one right there with the demon, I was like, that's kind of scary. I think he might have got me. I think he could get me.
I talked about it last week.
Very terrifying.
It is crazy how many. Me and Jeff talked about it as well. It is crazy how many nominations for crazy birth scene we're going to be able to have just this year again. We thought it was going to be a throwaway topic for the drunkies, like a throwaway award for the drunkies, but it turns out we're going to be having it 2 years in a row. A category we will have 2 years in a row. It's very weird. It's a very weird category, and we got
it's that nickel example.
We got two nominees on. We got 2 nominees in this one television show. We got 2 of them. It's crazy.
If I had a nickel for every time we got to do the crazy birth category in the show, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't very much, but
it is way more than you should have. It isn't very much, but you damn sure shouldn't have that many. It is crazy. Yeah, man. That was an insane scene. I liked how that went. It was, man.
It was good. She acted good. You think she was just genuinely terrified in that scene, and they just didn't tell her what was going on? She was really terrified.
They did a really good job with that water. Like, so I'm always really impressed with water in special effects, and they had to have used a lot of CGI because they had her screaming underwater and like mad bubbles were coming out, but at the same time they had her like doing a lot of thrashing and stuff, and I was just like, there's no way all of this is just her like in the tank the whole time. Like for some of the shots it just felt like there was something there, like the bubbles is what I mean, like the amount of bubbles that they had, that was definitely some CGI bubbles. She's not saying she wasn't underwater and she didn't scream and didn't do, like, she wasn't doing her performance. It's just the amount of bubbles that they had. It was just like this little girl would have drowned. Like this girl would have drowned if they weren't using some version of special effects in this one. And Film Age, the Simulation Presents, chiming in on that exact fact. He says the VFX in this episode are better than the movies, which I haven't seen the movies, which I talked about last week. But I have not seen either of the newest movies. I just seen the
Chapter 1 and 2.
Yeah, I just seen the TV movie. That's it. Just seen the TV one.
Man, I saw them hoes in theater.
Yeah,
I remember even doing like at Comic-Con, and this was free. Thank you, Petco Park. Shout out to y'all. But they had It. When the first movie was coming out, they had a It little pop-up thing that you could do, and you put on a VR headset and everything. Scared the shit out of me. Sold me on the first movie. And I enjoyed the first movie a whole lot. It was the second one I didn't like because I felt like they were just recapping the first movie for the first hour. I was just like, you just recap the whole first movie, bro. Like, you
at least could have been shorter.
I did not know. Like, do you think your audience is this stupid or something? Because you just wasted an hour of my time of everything that happened in the first movie. Like, this is way too long. And then it got to the newer stuff, and I was just like, I didn't like the second one that much.
So yeah, it could have been shorter, maybe, and then you would have liked it, maybe.
I thought they were gonna do more things for them being adults and not spend so much time during flashbacks.
Is the second movie where
I feel like the flashbacks didn't really add to the story to me.
Is chapter 2 when they like go into the background of like Pennywise being a spirit from alien Earth or whatever, like coming down with a comet? Is that where they talk about that, where he like came to Earth?
I feel like they do that in both movies.
Okay,
but I feel like they spend more time talking.
They added the Native American spin to it. That's what I'm actually. I guess.
Yeah, I also feel like they spend a little bit more time, way too much time, like talking about the trauma of the children.
Vaguely, he says vaguely.
See, so that's what I'm saying. I was like, I don't know. I feel like they did that in both movies, honestly. That's why I was just like, you told me this already. Why are you retelling me this?
The reason I ask is because in this episode, we are introduced to not only black guy number 2. No, I'm joking. Leroy Hanlon, we're not only introduced, we're introduced to his wife, Charlotte Hanlon, and played by Taylor Page. She fine as hell. But excuse me, she goes to a shop that's like I don't know what kind of shop it was. You could say
like a butcher. He's a butcher.
Oh no, I was talking about the furniture store or whatever, where the Native American lady was. We'll talk about the butcher coming up, because I think the butcher is Pennywise. Like I think the butcher actually is Pennywise. But the Native American lady who is in the store, I want to say it's a furniture store. We'll say furniture store. And it's where Leon had gotten the telescope, but she told him, or Leroy, not Leon. Leroy got the telescope for their son, whose name Will, their son Will, but it was her who told him. We found out in this episode she was the one who told him what to get, because he don't know nothing about the boy. He don't know what he like. He don't know what he don't like. So she goes to the same shop to go for the first time, check out shit for herself. And she meets the owner, who is a Native American lady. And from the research that I've done, I know it's crazy that I haven't seen the movies, the two most recent movies, but you didn't know that I hadn't until right when I told you. You thought that I had seen it, because I know what I'm talking about. Goddamn it. I had to do a lot of research to even feel like I could be able to speak on this show. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's why it's a pretty cool way for me to approach it and talk about this, because I'm not sure about a lot of the stuff, right? Like, I didn't read the books. I know a lot of friends who read the books for sure. I have heard about the books. I watched the TV series. My mom read the book. Like, it's a big part of American culture for a fact. So I have done some more research and keep doing research every day to figure out more about this shit. Now, what I haven't been able to nail down is this history of the earth type shit dealing with Pennywise and the goddamn space turtle who birthed the Earth universe and goddamn
vomited
the universe, which is birthing, but vomited to birth. To give birth to us, he had to vomit. Maybe he vomited so he's an anorexic so we could live. That's nice. So yeah, he and he's like the main villain.
I have a
Pennywise. Like, am I getting some of this right, or am I all over the place?
No, you're. I mean, that Materion the turtle is is one of the 12 guardians of the 6 pillars of the Dark Tower, and is like Pennywise's. Actually, that's Pennywise's brother or sister. Depends how you feel about sex.
Battling,
because
right? They're like,
yeah, because one is one way, represents all good, and the other one kind of represents destroying stuff. So one's a creator, one's a destroyer. The main creator, Gan, and his wife, who I forgot her name at the moment, had both of them. And they are basically balanced for the universes he's creating. So, Pennywise really isn't like evil. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to be destroying universes and destroying worlds, while Maturion does the exact opposite. Because if you have something that just keeps on creating and shit, that's going to get chaotic. You can't have just nothing but creation without destruction. What the fuck? And if you have something that's just destroying stuff, well, you ain't going to end up with shit. So you need them both. So world theory is,
but they fight it. They go, or do they combat each other, or they
not directly, never directly at each other. They never fight directly at each other.
So they just use people to fight each other.
What does destroying the other one slows it down?
Maybe fight is a bad word, right? Like combat each other.
Yeah, they're yin and yang. But if you remember in the books, they probably say it better. But Maturion died. And towards the later half of the book, when they go to fight Pennywise as adults, And they're doing the ritual of Chewed. They're in the battle of their minds, and Pennywise is like, and Material's not gonna help you this time. That motherfucker died. He choked on another universe this time. And he shows them a picture, he shows them an image, and he sees Material dead, floating. And I was like, well, Pennywise, you shouldn't be happy about that Material died, because that means your ass is grass next. Because if he dies, you gonna get got too, and they're gonna wait, and they're gonna have a rebirth cycle, because that's what they do. They rebirth. Like, when one dies, the other one has to die too, and then they get reborn and started over again. So that's why I was like, oh yeah, that's why it was kind of easier, because if we're looking, Pennywise is fucking up these kids right now.
But yeah,
and when we get to the Losers Club, whoop his ass, and I was just like, well, Material died, so I think. Or he knew he was about to die, and so they softened up Pennywise the first time, and when Material actually did die, because he choked on what he did, they easily killed him. I was like, bro, he was gonna die.
So they didn't have to do child.
Somebody was gonna kill him.
They didn't
eventually
have to do child sex things to make him die. They could have just tried to just straight murder.
I mean, I'm gonna ignore that part of
I mean, it's like nobody acts that happened. Acts like it's crazy. That never gets talked about.
Why did that happen?
It didn't need to. That's crazy,
bro. It's weird.
If he was weak, it really did.
I just want to put that on record that I'm acknowledging it, and it's wrong and it's weird. So just don't get it twisted, because I know so much about it. I just want to still point that out. That's weird. But anyway, that is my universal theory.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
That's the general consensus.
That's the general consensus. But that is my theory of why Pennywise is so easy to defeat when it came to the Losers Club. Because I'm seeing a lot of people being like, damn, he's really fucking up these kids, and he took it easy on the Losers Club. I was like, no, there's a reason for that, because he was being weakened, and the Losers Club was being powered by Material the Turtle. Because you gotta remember, Pennywise kept telling these kids the whole time, I am the devourer of worlds. I've been doing this shit. I've destroyed universes. Like,
I do this shit.
I do this for real. And then, like, the whole time you're there, you're seeing him, he's like, bro, I only seen you eat like two kids, and then the rest of them beat the shit out you. What the fuck are you talking about? You're not scary, bro. And then now we're seeing his past and everything. I was like, oh, that nigga was kind of about it. I see now. He was about it. He was about that life. Or like even in the intro, like if we could bring up the intro, there's just this funny scene you see because it's those like old pictures and they're moving.
Of this book, of this episode. Yeah.
There is a picture of what like it looks like the Wild West. Pennywise is hanging off the balcony with a blicky just just like, why does he have a gun?
Yeah, no, he's like busting shots.
He's busting shots
because we're gonna get to that, because at the end we do find a bunch of people in a car pulled out by the military with a bunch of niggas with guns and money in them in their pockets and shit. So which plays into, I guess, a little portion of some book or some part of a story where hold on, I got it written right here. The Bradley gang massacre takes place because the citizens of Derry massacred this Bradley gang who was like out here stealing and killing and shit. The Simulation Presents was saying here, to be fair, Bill.
To be fair.
Well, to be fair.
How do you bring that up? It's not really algorithm friendly. Well, I'm not algorithm friendly, man. No one's algorithm. Who cares about being algorithm friendly?
I feel like I could make a real long video about that part, but I don't know if it'll play. But question is it still alive? I mean,
he means in the overall universe, I guess, after chapter 2. Is it still alive? Well, they didn't do a continuation of that story, so maybe
in a way, yes and no. Is it a problem right now? No. Will it be a problem eventually? Yes, because it's destruction. Gan created a thing that could make sure his universe stays in check along with Materion, and they're
Well,
both
that
dead,
would
so they got to get
based off
resurrected. I feel like that's just their natural type deal
based off what
cycle.
you said though, he should have died and then been reborn. Like both of them would have been reborn. So yeah, like he died, but I don't guess he's not
He'll be back.
still dead. He's
That
not still dead
or
because they were
chill.
both because they were both
You're really not
reborn.
sure. Like, is it?
And don't
I
they have
think
like a
it is
cycle?
girl. Yeah, they it's a cycle. So it's just
So
like,
maybe
yeah,
after that
back.
death, right? He comes back in 25 years with the turtle. And then so then they just start back over in 25 years. So it hasn't been 25 years since the second movie. So he is dead. So answer is he is still dead, but will come back in a few more years. You just gotta give him some time. He got what,
decades
like
or centuries. I don't know how their time works.
25 years. I can't remember
Because you gotta remember, like, if it's the devourer of worlds, but it's been on Earth for like 8 million years or some shit. So
I
it's
heard
just like,
somebody
well, yeah,
explain
bro.
that. I heard somebody explain that because he like loves it so much because it's so easy. And like because at first he started devouring like just any human, like but like adults, it got too hard to like lure them in because like
No, but I'm talking like if he's been devouring other worlds.
Right. I'm just saying. So like he's been devouring worlds, right? But like his shit works off of fear, right? And he says that it's more tasty when they're afraid. What if this is what I was thinking, just like you said, like, why won't the nigga just leave? But I posit, what if, since he says in one I can't remember what instance he says it, but Pennywise does mention that fear makes the flesh taste better. And what if all the worlds he's been to previously, there is no fear, like there is no such thing as that? What if he isn't able to devour other universes? Like, well, their just physiology doesn't have that same chemical reaction that we do that relates to the neural connections we have in our brain, because Leroy, as we found out in this episode, has something wrong with his brain, in which he suffered an accident in combat where he cannot feel fear because he's got brain damage. Basically, he has brain damage that helps him not be afraid. So maybe there's a species out there that's the same way. And well, you know what I should have did? I should have had that going when I was saying it. Because yeah, it's a theory, but at the same time, I think it makes sense. It not necessarily is the case, but what I just said makes sense.
I don't know, because the only way that makes sense kind of explains why it got murdered. Because it's like, why you're supposed to be devouring whole worlds, bro, and keeping the universe in balance, and you've been slacking off these past 8 million years just terrorizing this one fucking planet, one person at a time.
No, you
aren't doing your job. You need to get got and get reborn so we could do this all over again.
No,
or hear me out. Wait. Or the second theory I got is that more of the multiverse theory, and that Pennywise and its deadlights form in different universes is eating those universes and planets. And just in this particular universe, the deadlights takes the form of this clown, and that's just what it's doing in this planet. That's how it balances out. Because a lot of these creatures, when you think about it, exist in the multiverse, where it's like it's the same creature and it's the same dude in the multiverse. Like, or it can move to different universes. So maybe Pennywise, these 8 million years, well, why it's like terrorizing Earth, it just keeps moving to another universe. And it's like, I ate a whole planet there because it was just easier. Or I destroyed this whole universe by doing something. But I like coming to this universe with this particular Earth and Derry because these niggas is just delicious for some reason.
No, I just think, I think that it's about the fear element. There's, I guess there's, in my mind, there's no reason for him to mention that the fear makes the flesh, makes it taste better. So therefore, that's why I just believe,
I'm just having a hard time understanding some of his cosmic power and how he spends his free time.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. Maybe he's just able to be because he's just able to be in all of those existences.
Exactly. So therefore it's multiverse. And I was so adamant that it wasn't a multiverse. I was getting at this video of this dude who kept saying, "Welcome to the Stephen King multiverse, the multiverse." I'm like, it's not a multiverse. It's all connected. It's one universe. And then he brought up The Stand and stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, because some of his place is just dead. So you can't really connect it. If the whole world died in a couple of your stories, it would be a multiverse. And some of your creatures exist to where they are the same thing in all multiverses.
I think it's hard to to define or make it distinct interpretation of that when you as multiverse wise, when you create the tower that then has all of these different universes.
Yeah, the tower of the universe.
But now the tower is the universe. So now we're actually it's almost like it was a universe, it is a multiverse until you introduce the tower, and then now all of a sudden it's just all one universe. If in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Marvel universes are different because they don't interact with each other in any way.
They don't have a central point.
Right. And so because there is a central point, it seems more one universe to me. I don't know.
No. I feel you.
But
because there's one creator.
Right.
Of all.
Right.
And Gan, which is the Dark Tower itself. And then there's just branches of the multiverses, and he has his two kids, Materion, the creator, who keeps creating multiverses or universes, and he has his other kid, Pennywise, who fucking fucks him up.
Right. And so
and then there's other little monster demons, because they all originate from, Todash space.
Right. And that goes into what Simulation Presents is talking about here. He says, what if the government accidentally opened up a
damn it
come in when they're trying to capture
let me finish. Well, that can't happen because of the time frame of where they are, but I want to see them connect more, and that's why I was bringing it up in the chat. I was like, have y'all seen The Mist? Because it happened in Maine, and I was like, is that the same army base that Project Arrowhead, which was the thing in The Mist,
or is it one of the same army base but
that's the same Air Force base or not? I was like, there's a lot of Air Force bases, but
is it in the same universe though? It could be the same Air Force base, but is it in the same universe? There goes into this whole meta question of because now we've gotten meta because we are in the tower looking outside of a universe, inside of a universe, asking questions about a universe, being inside of a universe, and how that universe interacts with another universe.
So it's like they could be connected, or they could just not. It's just another one of Stephen King's universe where the same similar shit happens. Where because The Mist is a thinny, just a mist type fog thing, and then it releases shit from Todash space out of it, and that's what Project Arrowhead was. Well, that's what Project Arrowhead ended up doing. They were trying to make teleportation portals and shit like in Half-Life. And all they did was rip open a portal to Todash space and let all the monsters out.
Yeah, I think that there is way too much lore for me to be 100% about certain theories. Simulation Presents says The Mist in black and white is Oscar level. I also wanted to point out that that right here where he was talking about the mist comes in when they're trying to capture it is a possible theory. I as far as just what is going on in Welcome to Derry, I feel like they're tapping into a little bit of that by looking for and digging for all these like what I would consider relics of it, things touched by it, the utilizing my nigga from The Shining to put them on game even further, which then leads us to the events of what would have took place in Dreamcatcher. But we're gonna have to talk about this a little bit more next week because we will be covering this show. I do want to share with y'all that like I was talking about earlier this year, earlier in this episode, I was talking about how we got a chance to go to see the Smashing Machine at a Q&A premiere. It's already been out, but they're on a Q&A tour, question and answer tour for those who don't know what that is. And Emily Blunt, can't remember the writer's name because I'm a dickhead, the writer director, and Dwayne The Rock Johnson were all there. Josh Brolin was the moderator. That was funny. He was like totally there for no reason other than he knows Emily and Dwayne personally. But shout out to Josh. He did a great job. It was dope. It was a good hang. But the movie, my opinion, the movie was pretty damn good. Like, I was shocked at how good it was. And not in the sense like, oh, I can't. Like, obviously, Emily Blunt is a great actress. But I wasn't surprised that The Rock was a good actor either. I was surprised in the fact that the story is like, I don't know. I just didn't know what I could get out of that story. I don't want the wrestler. I saw the wrestler, not a huge fan. I'm a huge wrestling fan, and I didn't really like the wrestler. It's an interesting story, but not something that I really am interested in watching. But once I got about a quarter of the way through the first act, I realized, oh, this is going to be a movie about interpretation. This is a movie where they're going to just put everything in front of you, and then you have to decide on how you feel about it. What it is what it is. Like, it's not like it's not at what it is what it is. It's like what you get out of it is what you get out of it. But it's one of those movies that makes you lean in and doesn't make you lean back. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those movies where you're like uncomfortable at times, for sure. Like, there's silences that are uncomfortable. There's very interesting directorial choices that are just crazy. One of the director has a brother, and they both worked on and I'm just forgetting names, but I know what they worked on. That's crazy. They worked on what is it? Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler. But they did that together, and I think they both did two movies separately from each other this year, or that came out this year. So they usually work together, but they did two things separate, and so they make very I would say odd, but that's not really fair. They make very brave choices and risque choices when it comes to the way they shoot a lot of things. Listening to The Rock talk about it, Dwayne talk about it, he said that they never saw a camera. Oh no, it was actually Emily Blunt who brought that up, but she said she never saw a camera. They never saw anybody filming them, so it really feels way more intense. You know what I mean? There is no moment. It just feels more real. They're just there acting. Like, it might as well just be a rehearsal damn near, you know what I mean? Because there's, as far as what you're used to as an actor on set, this whole production. You know, there's these cameras and lights and people climbing over cables and all kind of shit. But this was all very, like, you know, I want to say practical. Obviously, there weren't any special effects used, but it's like it was practical in the sense, and let's not try to make this about getting this light and getting that and like making everything perfect. Let's just make everything comfortable for these people to deliver these performances. So yeah, I had a lot of fun, and I got to meet The Rock. It was fucking awesome. Like, I told The Rock he was going to win an Oscar, and long story short, he told me, I'm going to be working. He said, I got a feeling I'm going to be working with you one day. And I was like, I'm going to hold you up to it. And then he brought me back in and we started, because I was about to leave. Then he started talking about some other shit. And we really started rapping. I talked to him for a long time. A lot of people talked to him, obviously. But I was like behind him waiting so long to talk to this motherfucker. Like, I was waiting so long, Terry. I like walked away, went over to talk to Emily Blunt, met her, said hi. She was talking to a whole bunch of girls who were like, just like, they were soaking up game. It was like girl talk hour. So I just said hi, nice to meet you, loved it. It was great. Did the same thing to the writer, like, hey, how you doing? I had time to come back, talk to him again. Like, I mean, not talk to him again, but wait to talk to him again. And at one point I was getting in all these pictures, like everybody's taking pictures. That's what everybody really wants to do. And like, I looked at one dude, I said, man, I think I'm about in like 40 pictures. And Dwayne turned around and looked at me and he goes, you in all of them, brother. You in all of them. And this is before I got to meet him, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay. He's like hella super nice, engaging with everybody. He stayed there to the very last second, like the very last person. He was very personable. There was people he was just like in and out with, and then there was people he talked to a long time. You know, I'm definitely one of the people he talked to, one of the longest, but not the longest that he talked to. But then, like, you know, that was just a very dope, inspirational, dope moment to have. Like, I cut a promo with The Rock. Like, that's really what happened. That, like, because that's definitely why he said, I got a feeling I'll be working with you one day. Because we definitely cut a promo on each other is like a good one, you know, like, because he was telling me about stepping into your own, you know, stepping out of the box and doing your own thing, building everything up, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, out of all of that, I still managed to have a actual crazier interaction, right? That's crazy, Bill. That you met The Rock, that's crazy. But I had a crazier interaction. The Simulation Presents says the movie feels like the spiritual successor to The Wrestler. And yes, but you know what's interesting? The writer director said he still has never seen the Wrestler. So interesting that you said that. Everybody in the theater was like, when he said that, like, what? You've never seen The Wrestler? We just watched this shit. Everybody's thinking The Wrestler when they watch it, I'm sure. I wasn't, because it just felt a little different, but it was shot very similar, and I do get the vibe that why you would say that. But the craziest thing wasn't even that. Oh, one other dope thing that was Shooter McGavin was sitting down, like, kind of few seats down from us. Like, this old Shooter. I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but I didn't want to bother him either. You know what I'm saying? He's just in here watching a movie with some homies. He's like, I'm just in here watching a movie for free, dog. Like, I'm going to eat after this. Like, I'm just here hanging out. So I didn't want to bother him. I just wanted to bother the people who are getting paid to answer questions, right? But I'm sitting there. They had free drinks. So many hours went to go get a drink, and who do I see walk right towards me? It's fucking Jack Black. That was the crazy part. Fucking Jack Black was there, walked up, And I like walked straight up to him. I said, Alex,
You
what am I gonna say?
do that or something.
Dude, I said, what am I gonna say? I said, Alex, what am I gonna say to Jack Black? I'm trying to think of something. I said, what's the name of that song? It's the greatest song in the world. He said, it's Tribute. I said, yeah, watch this. And I walked up to him and I said, hey, bro, I just wanted to introduce myself. I said, I just want to tell you, this is not an introduction. This is a tribute. And I shook his hand. He goes, whoa. He said, that was pretty good. And he said, what's your name? What's your name? I ain't gonna say his state that he was in, because that'd be assumption. I'd be assuming. I don't know him in his regular life. He was like, what's your name? What's your name? That was amazing. What's your name? And I was like, my name's Bill. This is my brother Alex. He was like, that was a fucking amazing movie, right? You got, and like we just started talking about the movie for like about a good 5-10 minutes. And then he like, no, it was like 5 minutes. And then he like tried to like, his people were trying to move him along. But he had mentioned, he had said something about the music. No, he had mentioned the last scene in the movie. And the last scene in the movie, no spoilers, it just like you see the main character, the Rock's character, really take joy in his, like truly take joy in his profession for like the first time, like really, like this is I do this and I love this type shit, regardless of all the shit that comes along with it. You know what I mean? Like you see him really have joy for the first time. And me and Jack were like talking about that for another 5 minutes. So it was really dope. Like who could say, like from Birmingham, Alabama, nowhere shit town, you know what I'm saying? Got to talk to Jack Black about the greatest song in the world and this TV show. This movie at the same time. It was pretty dope. So shout out to all of them who were there. There were some other people that we got to meet. I don't want to be rude and forget any of their names, but composers, critics, writers, drummer, musician. Man, one drummer. Couldn't remember his name, but everybody was real dope. Had a lot of fun. Shout out to everybody who was involved. I don't even know who else was involved. You got any questions? What was you about to say? No, nothing. Yeah, it was a good time, man. I suggest you go see the movie, The Smashing Machine. I'm gonna be honest with you, did not have any expectations of it at all. Oh, and The Rock is wearing prosthetics. He like, if you go look at old photos of the guy he's playing, who again is Mark Kerr, Kerr. You look at the pictures of him in that and the pictures of Mark Kerr. Actually, let me do that. Kerr and The Rock side by side. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. I was like, damn, they just show me a picture of The Rock and a picture of Mark Kerr. That doesn't help me with anything. But here we go. I found one or some. No, not the old Mark. We need the open a new tab. No. What? Yeah, this is it. Open image in the new tab. Here we go. So like, you can kind of see how much they made his face kind of look like Mark's face. And very what do you call it? Subtle. They don't look too different. Like light skinned nigga with curly hair type shit. Like, yeah, okay. this. This one is a better version of it. Like, but the dude looks nothing like this anymore. Like the Mark Kerr in real life looks damn near nothing like this anymore. He's an old man obviously now, but when you stop working out like that, it goes away. Damn, this picture is not in a good quality either. But that's Mark Kerr on the right, the real one, and then that's Rocky on the left. And you can definitely see more of the prosthetic, like how that works, like how it looks basically not like The Rock. Like that don't look like The Rock.
Doesn't look like The Rock.
But yeah, there's times in the movie where you're like, damn, that just don't look nothing like him. And then there's other times in the movie where you're looking at like this right here, and you're like, well, damn, that's The Rock. Like, that's The Rock. That just looked like The Rock doing a movie about his own life type shit. But for those who don't know, Mark Kerr was a like dominant, nasty UFC fighter. Ultimate, like there was no UFC, but like, well, actually there was a UFC at the time, and there was another league called the Pride League, not gay, but it was in Japan. And so at the time, that's really all you could do. And also at the time, UFC was considered too violent for television, too violent for people in general. Like nobody was supporting it like they do now. And it's interesting because like places like Birmingham, Alabama, where I grew up, it was very popular even when it wasn't on television. And the first place that they show him fighting in is Birmingham, Alabama in 1996 or something like that. The story only goes from his career from 1997 to 2000. Yeah, so good watch, fun time, highly recommend it. It was pretty fun. So I'm assuming that Simulation Theory already saw this one as well, because he had a little comment there. Yeah, he said the movie feels like the spiritual successor to The Wrestler. I hope it does better though than The Wrestler. Not a lot of people going to see movies like this these days, but we do need the art. You know what I mean? Like we do need movies that are just art to come out, regardless of how well they do in the theater. Like whether you see everybody on the Tonight Show doing interviews and shit like that. Who watches the Tonight Show? I don't know. This is some old shit, but you know what I'm saying. It's still on, so somebody watching the shit. Goddamn. But anyway, any comments you want to make about it before we get on up out of here?
No, I'm real excited about what's all going on. It's very violent, and I just want to see if they're gonna reveal if this Air Force base is the same one as the one in the Mist, or that's just one of the cuckoo things that could happen in the Stephen King universe. Like it could just be a separate base, because like the towns are different. It wasn't in Derry. It was actually the one in the Mist is a real place in Maine that has an Air Force. It was actually named after the real one. So I'm like, oh, well, it could just be another universe, and just Stephen King just doing things like this. What happens when they fuck around? They could break into the from their multiverse, they can break into the central universe. And this is what happens when you do that.
Yeah.
You get monsters.
Yeah. Kind of like a Stranger Things situation on accident, though. They're not trying to
pretty much.
They just kind of fuck up and find out.
Right. I feel like the Duffer brothers have to admit that they're big Stephen King fans.
They have to admit that they stole their story from their roommate back in college, or at least they had to pay for it.
Speaking of stolen things, I have a topic that maybe we can get into. And it's about the black woman who claims she wrote The Terminator and The Matrix. Have you heard about her?
She wrote a book that both of them are based off of. That's her. I mean, like, a lot of people have read the books. They say it is the facts. She wrote the books before the movies came out. So, what you got some breaking news?
No, not at all. But like, I recently just saw something I read about her claiming about it because she if you go to her Twitter and stuff, it says I own the rights and I won the lawsuit and I am the creator of the Terminator and the Matrix, and it's like you didn't win that lawsuit, lady.
Well, no, I don't know about all that part, but
I do. Well, yeah, because that's why I just thought it was so curious. I was like, yeah, I've heard about this story, and it does seem like your shit really was first, and they could have read it and found it, but you did go to court and you lost. So I don't know why you're claiming that you won.
I don't know. Well, see, that's the thing. Like sometimes you can go to court and it not really be a loss, but you weren't able to get no money. You know what I'm saying? Like you might have won as far as saving face goes, but you didn't get no money. Like don't nobody owe you nothing. And that could be a whole
yeah, but if you won, then all future rights would be yours, wouldn't it?
Not necessarily.
But like, no, if you read what she posted, it make the way she posted.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying
she is saying she owns the rights. Like I won the rights back, and I was like, I'm not sure if this. You know what? And at the same time, I'm not even sure if it actually went to trial. I think they looked at it and was like, "This is not enough evidence."
Well, a lot of that kind of stuff goes into arbitration instead of going to trial. Like sometimes you can't go to trial over things like that. Like, because there's a lot that goes behind all the legal walls behind the scenes. But what I do know is there's no way that they didn't read her shit. It would be like George Lucas saying he's never read Dune ever.
Sophia Stewart, that's her.
Yeah, I mean her story is damn near beat for beat Terminator, and
the story is called The Third Eye Matrix.
Yeah, her book is basically, for those who don't know, the woman we're talking about wrote a book in which, damn, what's his name in
James
Terminator?
Cameron.
No, I was talking about the character in Terminator. The boy who's the main character in Terminator, John Connor, is basically the one Neo.
Yeah.
Like so those two.
That's why his name is John Connor.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
It would make sense that old black lady, fucking she wasn't old at the time, but a black lady from the 70s fucking wrote a book about Jesus, about robot Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like sci-fi Jesus. So I believe her. You know what I mean? That she did it.
This is the part. This is what she directly says on her Twitter, where you're just like, no, lady, that's not what happened. She says, I am the creator and owner of the Matrix and Terminator films. That's what she says. And it's just like, that's not even what your lawsuit was about either. So that's I was like, you didn't win that at all, because that's not what you sued with the court for, and you don't own them films, lady. You'd be a billionaire now. Like, no, you don't.
There's like a rumor that she killed herself on the internet. It's like, no, she did not.
She's still out there tweeting.
Please relax.
She has like a new book she's pimping out, talking about the fourth Matrix or something.
Yeah. Let's see what happened to the. And now our no, it doesn't. I still don't see anything that says that she made any money. But yeah, shout out to her though. She's, she still did she still influenced those guys to write those books. I mean, to write those movies. So there's no way that they didn't steal it from her. But there's also no way she's gonna get that money being an insane person. But you could argue she went insane because she saw the Terminator literally being made. And who gonna listen to a black lady in the 80s talking about some, did he stole my work? Or actually what? First Terminator 79? I think. Or maybe not. It's like right after Alien, right? Like, if I'm not mistaken, what year is Terminator? First Terminator.
84.
84. So Aliens is like 70 something. Then Alien 2 is like 80 something. Alien 2. Aliens is 86. Okay. That's right. So 84 was Terminator. So yeah, this nigga was like on a roll, James Cameron. You know what would be crazier is if she was like, I also wrote a book about aliens. They stole aliens too. I also wrote a book about the magic school bus. Miss Frizzle was my idea. No, I believe her. I believe that she had the idea first. But
There's a good conspiracy theory of why. Okay, so like I said, remember I was saying I don't even think it made it to trial. I think the case got dismissed before it actually went to trial, and it did get dismissed. And it was dismissed because they said she kept not showing up. She missed 2 of her dispositions, and they never submitted any of the evidence, right? So just like, oh, well, you didn't have anything, and you didn't even bother showing up to court. However, like 8 years later, this is what she won. Because remember, I was saying maybe she did win this, and she won money. She sued her lawyers that were representing her for not properly representing her by not informing her about when she was supposed to show up, and them not collecting the evidence and everything. So it made it look like they were just stalling and incompetent.
So she clearly had evidence to prove that.
So yeah.
Wow.
And she won about $300,000 from suing them. And that's when people get confused about saying she won a lawsuit. And
are you saying that the Wachowski sisters possibly paid off a law firm?
And James Cameron too.
Paid off a law firm to bullshit her and then end up eventually paying off
the fall
$300,000.
$300,000. Any of them could have easily paid up for. Like that's just
we ain't even gonna split it. Look, I got it. James like, look, I got it. We ain't even got to split it.
He's like, no, wait a minute. She was awarded this, and
that's only $100,000 between the 3 of them.
2014. When did Avatar come out?
The second one or the first one?
The first one.
The first one came out in like 2008.
Oh, so he had the Avatar money because she won the lawsuit in 2014. So yeah, he had that. He covered that.
Yeah, he had more than the Avatar money. Little did we know, goddamn, they've been giving this nigga money for 20 years just to make another motherfucking movie. Mm-hmm. Like they just been floating James Cameron money, but not like they've been. Hold on, I'm gonna give you this one. They've been floating him money since the Titanic.
His career did not end an iceberg.
No, it did not. Not like the Titanic.
But that's the conspiracy theory we can do, is that when she went to the original lawsuit, they're saying they threw it out because she didn't show up or provide any evidence. Yet about 8 years, because that was 2005, but in 2014, almost 10 years later, she was able to successfully sue and win that her lawyers were the ones who prevented her from showing up in court by not telling her the day she needed to show up and by them not gathering and showing the evidence that she had. So how do you win that?
and then not be able to go back.
And not be able to go to and she wasn't, and she because of that, she wasn't
people-
able to go to retrial or anything. So that was that. So and now I can feel like, well, maybe she kind of just lost her mind after knowing she got fucked over and just saying crazy stuff now. I don't blame her.
I don't blame her, dude. That's what I said. Because if you were in the 80s trying to tell people, no, this is my story, who's gonna believe the black lady? Then you get to the 90s and you're like, no, this is my story. And then who's gonna believe the black lady? And then you get to the 2000s and you're like, this is my story. And then people start putting it on Reddit. Right, people started talking about it. Like,
now other people can look into it because there have been so many other stories that fit this MO.
Yeah,
We've
and also
we've seen all kinds of stories like this MO turn out to be true. So now we're just like, wait. Why don't you tell us that again, but slowly this time?
Right? Yeah, you have to kind of retrace your steps and figure out whether or not there's validity to those first things that you thought maybe are, that's a little fucking crazy. So yeah, damn, she might actually, so she definitely is wrong. I'm not gonna call her crazy, but she damn sure is wrong when she says she owns it.
The film, because she said, I own the film. I was like, you don't.
Unless she worked out something, or they worked out something with her with knowledge that, like, I know we fucked you over and it's just some back deal type shit that, that we're not privy to. But I don't know. I have no idea why she would say that, other than the fact that she's probably lost it a little bit. She probably lost a little bit. Just a little bit. It's a lot going on. And she's got to be, shit, she's old now. Like, she's old now. Like, she's old now. She wrote a book in the 80s or late 70s. Now, what, 2025, dude? She's at least 60. At the very least.
Mm-hmm.
So, damn, that was like Black history. That was a black fact right there. You just dropped some black facts on us right there. Terry, where can the people find? Oh, wait.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Have you ever watched a movie from your childhood and thought it doesn't quite hold up like you remember? Well, then you would enjoy our bi-weekly series, Does It Hold Up?, where we revisit classic genre films with a special guest to help us determine if it is as good or as bad as we remember. It's a whole lot of fun, so you should check it out.
Please check out the Drunk Banthas channel. They clearly are ready for being seen at a higher level.
Back to the show.
Yeah, had to go ahead and make sure we get that in there. Terry, where can the people find you, my guy?
As always, on my Instagram, and get some cool pins at TPensCo. Find me there. Perhaps maybe you might find me doing a solo video before tomorrow's up, before Saturday. Maybe that video might get done. Who knows? We'll see. Might be a surprise.
They call that a teaser. Yeah, you might as well have been rubbing your nipples, ladies and gentlemen, because that is a tease. A tease. Yeah, you guys know where you can find me. You can find me every Monday right here on the Drunk Banthas Streams channel and on the Nerds at Night on Twitter. You can find me right here on Thursdays, right here, Bantha Bunch Show with your boy, your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, Bill. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button simultaneously if you can. Slap it like I slapped your mama last night. I'm joking. That was so disrespectful. Please make sure you hit like and subscribe, though. Follow us on X, Twitter, Letterboxd, likewise, and something else. It's all the descriptions down at the bottom, I believe. So make sure you help us out. It really is a pleasure to be with y'all every fucking Thursday. We don't miss no days. We don't miss no weeks. It's episode 95, and I'm glad to have spent it with you. Y'all have a good night.